Welcome back everyone to the Hell Wall Guide. This is episode number 23 of the first person shooter series, and now we are going to start working on the actual AI of our game because currently our enemy only has a vision cone and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to open up the enemy script here, and what we want to add in this video is we want to add a mechanism for the enemy to chase the player around. And actually there is a tutorial. I have already made a tutorial on that, but I think we'll just do it again so that I can explain it a little better maybe. So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to select everything in your scene that won't change. Now I'm going to actually select this cube and remove the damageable from this. And then what we want to do is, we want to go under window, AI, and then over to navigation. Alright, then make sure that you select all of this and this, and then make sure that you turn on navigation static, and the navigation area is walkable. Alright, that's awesome. And now what we need to do is we want to make it so that we have got like go under bake, and before you do that, we need to configure our agent. Now if I select my enemy and I go under inspector and I add in, well, I don't need to add anything really. I just need to if I go ahead and add in a nav mesh agent here, then it looks like something like this, which is a bit weird. Okay, nav mesh agent, we have got that done, and yeah, let's just try to open up the enemy in detail. Yeah, that's better. Break or hidden. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to basically make it so that we've got basically like a nav mesh agent script on here, and I think we can remove the character controller now. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to make it so that let me turn this on. We want to make it so that it's this actually fits the player. Now I'm going to actually select this capsule and replace it with a cylinder because that matches the shape. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the height down, not the height. We want to actually reduce the actual, the point where this actually is. And yeah, you can basically put a base offset of 1 here. Is that correct? Actually, not quite sure. Make sure that this is 0, and that's pretty awesome. It looks exactly all right. And of course, go select the cube and make sure that it does not have any collider on it. And that's awesome. Go out, and you can see that well, this is 1, and go under override and apply all. Okay. Now with that done, this has basically got a nav mesh agent here, and I'm going to select my enemy, and you can see that we just want a default 0.5, 10, 2 and everything of that sort. So for here we have got everything that we need. Now the point is that what we want is this is working everything, but we might want to increase this or not actually, and then just change this to 30, I guess, because we don't want it to climb too high. And just choose for the drop height, just choose like 30 or 10, let's say, and let's don't go any closer and hit bake, and that works kind of, but you can see that it's not working. So if you reduce this, okay, that's not exactly working. And if you select the manual voxel size and let's hit bake, okay, that's you need to increase it 3. Okay, okay, we need to increase the step height to 3, not 3, not 2, 1. Okay, 1. Let's say 0.75, and we are just changing these settings. This step height determines the height or not we can step at this particular a particular height, and that's awesome. Let's reduce that. Okay, bake. Alright, just don't use manual and just use automatic. That is not exactly like doing it properly, but that's pretty much alright, because that's the way that we want it to actually be. So let's go under agents, and make sure that this agent is working, and let's just that's pretty much it. So now what we need to do is we need to configure our code to make our enemy walk, and it will do all of that actually automatically without ever needing to change anything for us, which is totally awesome. So now just go ahead and open up the enemy script, and in here what we want to have is we want to have in a serialized field here a private come on, private integer, not integer, private nav mesh. Okay, you need to be using unity engine dot AI. That's awesome, and you can now push in here a nav mesh agent called agent, and in here what we want to do is, if this is not null, then we don't want to do this. We want to say agent dot set destination, and for the destination we need to give it a vector street of target, which we are going to say our player dot position, which is that's pretty much awesome. Let's go to Unity, let's compile, and once it has compiled, this is actually going to work pretty well, hopefully. Yeah, it's still compiling, which is a bit of weird. It shouldn't take that long. And once it is compiled, just select the enemy, come on, really? Okay, select the enemy and drag this in here. Then of course apply the override. So we want this to actually be changes to be affected in the prefab, and for some reason that's pretty weird. If I select my capsule, it's having cast shadows on, but there are no shadows in my scene right now. Well, that's weird, but let's see if that's something. Okay, I guess yeah, let's go ahead and hit play. We'll need to have ambient occlusion to remove this weird effect, which we will do that, but later. So let's hit play, and you can see this is what it currently looks like. And if I go in front, you can see that the enemy is basically chasing me, which is pretty awesome considering that we didn't actually do that much effort to get this implemented. But the enemy can just go through me right now because there's nothing to stop it, but the enemy is chasing me kind of in one way or another, and of course we'll try to improve all of this later in the future episodes. For now I'm going to end this video in here, and in the future episodes we'll have more interesting stuff, and oh come on, and that would be really nice. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe as well, and bye.